Peace, peace, peace. What it do, what it do? Peace, peace, peace. Come on in, come on in. Come on in. Shout out to Actively Black. Actively Black. Black on. Actively Black. Shout out to Actively Black, you know. Shout out to Actively Black. Actively Black. Made from cotton grown by black farmers. Hit that like button. Peace, peace, peace. Shout out to Actively Black. 100% cotton. You know, it's better to wear cotton, all that polyester and what's that called? Prop 65. Look up Prop 65. I'm gonna actually have to. Prop 65 is actually in a lot of products, material, clothes, appliances, etc. So a lot of them products be making me itch as far as the material and what's in it. Hit that like button, y'all. Share, subscribe, random. You know, I'm gonna be looking up stuff. I'm gonna be working out. I'm gonna be doing a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, what is that? Okay, yeah. Why is Prop 65? I actually got a job. I got a career opportunity. Not a job opportunity. I got a career opportunity. So, and I'm considering on taking it. You know, I'm considering mechanical in the automotive mechanical field. So, why is Prop 65 in so many products? Okay, let me see. If y'all, I don't know if y'all familiar with food and beverages. There's even some foods to be having this Prop 60. I told you about the Prop 65. Prop 65. Like, in California, got a strict prohibition on it. But it's still crazy though. Like it's like, why are they even allowed to even like manufacture products with adverse health outcomes? It just doesn't make sense. Like it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. Pardon me for a second, y'all. Hold on. Yeah, bro. In Georgia. In Georgia. Yup, in Georgia, man. So, and I'm getting tired of this area, bro. I'm getting tired of the Pacific Northwest, bro. I'm ready. Peace, GQ. I'm ready to get the hell up out of here. But look, y'all. Just keep, this is NVIDIA. This is the NVIDIA. The CEO of NVIDIA says electricians, plumbers will be needed by the hundreds of thousands in the new working world. This is the billionaire NVIDIA. For all my stockholders out there, you got a tech giant, chip giant. This talking about the necessity in trades. You got a tech giant, tech, chip, technology, all that. The future in AI, as far as the behemoth is highlighting. He's quote unquote, coming down off his proverbial throne, and that's deemed to, how society puts them people, with him and etc. You got him, like I said, he talking about the necessity of going somewhere, all these pop-ups and stuff. So boom, the skill craft segment of our, pardon me, did that start? Right here. Gen Z keeps being told their chances of landing a job are slim as AI threatens entry level jobs. But in reality, Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang says there are thousands of jobs for young people thanks to an accelerating boom in data centers. They just have to be willing to go to trade school. They just have to be willing to go to trade school. If you're an electrician, you're a plumber, carpenter, and all that mechanics. There's a shortage in auto mechanics too. Like there's so yeah. If you're an electrician, you're a plumber, a carpenter. We're going to need hundreds of thousands of them to build all of these factories. Boom, highlighting how you're going to need this trifecta. Trifecta meaning one electrician, two plumber, trifecta, three carpenter. This trifecta is paramount. When it comes to the factories. That's very interesting. Pardon me. We're going to need hundreds of thousands of them to build all these factories. Hung told Channel 4 News in the UK. The skill the skill craft segment of every economy is going to see a boom. You're going to have to be doubling and doubling and doubling every single year. Compounding, compounding, and compounding, and compounding. It says you're going to have to be doubling and doubling and doubling every single year. And and Hang is not just talking about the need, he's backing it up with cash. Trade jobs are hot right now. Construction workers can earn more than 100K without a college degree. Trade jobs are hot right now. Construction workers can earn more than 100K without a college degree, y'all, and not be hagged with all that debt, all that stifling debt. All right, the chip maker announced last week that it was investing 100 billion into OpenAI to help fund the development of data centers based on NVIDIA's AI processors. Industry-wide global capital spending on data centers is projected to hit 7 trillion by 2030. Wow, according to McKinsey. That's deep. So the infrastructure. Pardon me. So wow. Okay, so they're going to be okay. So, boom. So based on NVIDIA's AI processors, industry-wide global capital spending on data centers is projected to hit 7 trillion. That's a lot of bread, y'all. That's a lot of money. By 2030, and 2030 is right around the corner, y'all. 2030 is right around the corner, y'all. That is not, that's right around the corner. That is not far off. A single 250,000 square foot data center can employ up to 1,500 construction workers during its build out. Many earning more than 100K, many earning more than 100K plus overtime, all without requiring a degree. Pardon me, all without requiring a college degree. Once complete, about 50 full-time workers maintain the facility, but each of those jobs spur another 3.5 in the surrounding economy. Hung's call for more electricians and plumbers aligns with his broader view that the next wave of opportunity lies in the physical side of technology rather than the software. Hold on, that's interesting. So Hung's call for electricians and plumbers aligns with his broader view that the next wave of opportunity lies in the physical side of technology rather than the software. When asked earlier this year what would he study if he were 20 again, Hung admitted he would lean toward disciplines rooted in the physical sciences. Okay. Remember, y'all, this is NVIDIA CEO talking about the emphasis of, the necessity and how there's going to be a boom and how pardon me, slow down. There's a need for electricians, plumbers, and how they're going to be needed to maintain the AI data centers. As far as that infrastructure is going to be needed, the construction of it is going to need electricians, plumbers, and electricians, plumbers, and carpenters. And like I said, it's so on and so on, because there's a shortage in a whole host of other trade skills, i.e. mechanical fields, pardon me. Okay, so boom. Okay, so for the young 20-year-old Jensen that's graduated now, he probably would have chosen more of the physical sciences than the software sciences, he said. It's interesting, y'all. Interesting. Interesting. Remember, he said Hung's call for more electricians and plumbers aligns with his broader view that the next wave of opportunity lies in the physical side of technology rather than a software. Rather than a software. Y'all, he see that? Hung's call for more electricians and plumbers aligns with his broader view that the next wave of opportunity in the physical side of technology rather than a. So the emphasis in the foreseeable future, futuristically, is more so on the physical side of technology rather than the software, which is the field that he's engulfed in. He's in the software aspect. But he's talking about right here, fast forward, pardon me, when asked earlier this year what would he study if he were 20 again, Hung admitted that he leaned toward disciplines rooted in the physical sciences. For the young 20-year-old Jensen that's graduated now, he probably would have chosen more of the physical sciences than the software sciences, he said. Fortune reached out to Hung for further comment. CEO agrees it's out with the white-collar jobs and with the blue-collar. Hung isn't the only CEO sounding the alarm about a looming shortage of skilled trades. Hit the like button, y'all. Don't hate watch. Hit the like button. I appreciate it. Please, GQ. My bad, GQ. He said, "Young God, did you know that 30% of agents were Mexican?" Damn, I did not know that. Yeah, in the videos and never. Damn, dollar cost ad. Damn, I didn't know that, bro. Damn, yeah, I did not know. Yeah, I did not know that. That 30%, a third of them joints, huh? And the rest of them white, huh? Because I know, yeah, for real. So I guarantee you, for one, they outnumber Black Americans in said field. You know, this actually was a sheriff. Case in point, there was a sheriff in. I'm gonna look him up. Matter of fact, real quick, since GQ brought that up, I don't know his name, but this black sheriff refused. And I'm not saying I'm just saying, but it just shows how we've always been, against, injustice anywhere, injustice everywhere. Black sheriff refuses to act on where's he at? Where that sheriff at? Is it him right here? A sheriff, basically, a black sheriff brother was like, he said that, he refused to capitulate or adhere to any the Trump administration's stringent immigration practices and policies and all that. But I want to get back to the this right here though is interesting. Like I said, this right here, yeah, this is like yeah, y'all, the skills trades, y'all. Random, the video CEO, John Henson said, electricians and plumbers will be needed by the hundreds of thousands in the new working world, y'all. Let me hit a set. I gotta hit a set real quick, y'all. Hit a set. That's why I say it's random. We on some random right now. We going from here to there, everywhere right now. Here, there, everywhere right now. If you're having back issues, it's good to do a dead hang. Just hang from a bar for like anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute. Decompress your back. Decompress your spinal cord, all that. It feels good. Man, whoo! That joint decompress. Stay strong, That's the trade. You can't be weak in them trades, You can't be weak. You can't be weak in them trades. You can't be weak in the skills trades. Doing push-ups, pull-ups, and all that. Just you got to stay strong. I told you this is random right now. We just on some random. Hit that like button. It's free. It's free. Appreciate your attention to current. Hit that like button. Don't be hate watching now. That's what we saying. Black folks, we got to get more into the habit of saluting and stop saying, "Oh, you think you look fly?" And, "Oh, bro, you fly, bro. That's fly. What you got on is clean." All that, all that. that pride and ego, and we gotta relinquish that. We gotta relinquish that. Quick 25, you know. Oh yeah, this right here. Oh, we having lower back issues. I gotta do my thing, you know. I gotta chop me up some watermelon. Y'all got the watermelon. I ate some already. I got some more though. That black seeded watermelon. What y'all know about that? This right here is a foam roller. I'm telling you, gonna get you in. You know, it's good. Stretching is vital. This as much as working out. Stretching is vital. You gotta stretch. Man, this right here, you having back problems? Pardon me, that thing feel good. Woo! That thing feel good. Hit the like button, it's free. Hit that like button, it's free. Quick 25, 11, 12, 13. Not really quick, but I want to start focusing on doing my sets slower. It's all that kind of bang everything out quick, you know, all that. No, just slow down. You know, be more deliberate and intense, and that actually, you know, everything has its place, but I'm used to doing, no, just get back to doing them nice and slow, you know. Doing them fast has its place, but like I said, I want to get more so into focusing on the whole isometric aspect of it. Oh, you thought I was gonna skip leg day? No, we ain't skipping leg day. That's foundation, you know? That's one thing they test you on too in the trades. Physical aptitude, all that. Like doing series. I had to, when I went out for the pipe water apprentice, I had to shovel a cubic yard of wet sand over, was it like a 4 foot? Or like basically that was part of the physical aspect. I had to do it. I had to shovel cubic yard of wet sand, which you think is not easy for just the average layperson or laywoman or layman to come off the street and think if you've never actually utilized a shovel. And I'm gonna give you a tip when you're doing it. A lot of people when they're shoveling the sand, they get caught up in, you know, only using, you gotta switch. They get dog hole, like just dog hole, just caught up in just, you know, using only, you know, not switching, not utilizing that other. You gotta switch. You feel me? You gotta breathe. You know, even with exercise, you gotta breathe. If you don't breathe, then that ain't gonna do nothing. You can't work out and hold your breath. You feel me? Like you got to breathe. You got to breathe properly. That's gonna equip you to do. That's gonna equip you to be able to do more sets. You can't hold your breath. You feel me? So like I said, even with back to the physical test for the pipe fitter and waste management for the city. I tried out for them multiple times. They never called me back though, but yeah, basically aced it though, killed it. And a lot of 90% of people don't get past that. 90% of people who go out for the pipe fitter, wastewater management, they do not get past shoveling the cubic yard of wet sand over. It's either 4 foot or 6 foot, but you have to shovel the sand. You have to throw it over. It's like I said, a certain threshold. It's a certain numerical. There's a barometer measurement that they use, and then like I said, there's a threshold you have to throw it over. You feel me? And then you have to do it within a certain amount of time. And like I said, 90% of people fail. Like they don't even get to the other physical aptitude tests and like we got to put the piping together and things of that nature. So it felt good to know that that I'm like, okay, I must be in pretty good shape because but I've always worked out, always done my thing. I've always stayed doing some type of, you feel me, physical workout, so that's just, it's innate. It's innate though, it really is innate. Yeah, y'all. But like I said, we just on some random stuff. Random. But yeah. Like I said, we got the watermelon. Black seeded. So yeah, y'all. So this is just emphasizing just the significance of trades and how there's going to be a necessity on it. There's a need for it. So hold on. So boom, Hung isn't the only CEO sounding the alarm about a looming shortage of skilled trades. Earlier this year, BlackRock CEO Larry Fink said he raised concerns with the White House, arguing that deportations. I hope you're listening, GQ. Earlier this year, BlackRock CEO Larry Fink said he raised concerns with the White House, arguing that deportations of immigrant labor combined with the lack of interest among young Americans are creating a perfect storm for data center construction. I even told members of the Trump team that we're going to run out of. He said, I even told members of the Trump team that we're going to run out of electricians, that we need to build out AI data centers, Fink said at an energy conference in March. We just don't have enough. Yeah, this is interesting, man. Wow. Just this week, Ford CEO Jim Farley echoed concerns, pointing to the gap between Washington's reshoring ambitions in the workforce to make it a reality. I think the intent here is, the intent is there, but there's nothing to backfill the ambition. Farley told Axis, how can we reshore all this stuff if we don't have people to work there? The U.S. is already short 600,000 factory workers and 500,000 construction workers, according to a June LinkedIn post from Farley. Wow. God damn. Yo, that's deep. Hit the like button, y'all. It's free. Hit that like button. It's free. God dang. Appreciate you. Let me see. That's crazy, though. So the U.S. is already short 600,000 factory workers, 500,000 construction workers, according to a June LinkedIn post from Farley. And while the U.S. Department of Education has made the expansion of skilled trades program a priority, some Gen Zers are already catching on. Take Jacob Palmer, a 23-year-old from North Carolina. After graduating from high school, he decided college was not the right fit. Instead, he joined an apprenticeship program he joined an apprenticeship program at a contracting firm and trained as an electrician. By 21, he launched his own business, and last year grossed nearly $90,000. This year alone, he's already This year alone, he's already hit six figures, unlike many of his peers facing student debt, and uncertain job prospects. He said simply, I don't owe anybody anything. Woo! Woo! Hit that like button, y'all. It's free. Hit that like button. That's crazy though. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. This is really starting the year. It's time to make some. It's time to make some shape. I ain't gonna lie. Even doing the lawyer thing's cool, but that you're gonna incur debt. The lawyer, of course, that's a good thing. But this right here, going the skilled trades route, you're not gonna incur no debt. So I mean, it's only prudent of a person to proceed onto the trajectory of skill trades. Let's talk about it though, y'all. Hit the like button. It's free. I told y'all it's free to hit that like button. It's free. So skill trades, y'all. 21. How long? So wait. So boom, 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 boom. Okay. Boom. So by 21, this man had launched his own business. Yeah, y'all. That's what I'm saying. We gotta, y'all. Each one teach one. Unlike many of his peers facing student debt and uncertain job prospects, he said simply, I don't owe anybody anything. I know that's right, y'all. I gotta go in on more on this though. NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang says electricians and plumbers will be needed by the hundreds of thousands in the new working world. We have the top software tech chip NVIDIA behemoth illuminating on the shortage and the necessity of electricians, plumbers, carpenters, and then there's no stifling debt. There's no stifling debt. So there's no debt. By 21, so look, take Jacob Palmer, a 23-year-old from North Carolina. After graduating from high school, he decided college was not the right fit. Instead, he joined an apprenticeship program at a contracting firm and trained as an electrician. By 21, he launched his own business and last year grossed nearly $90,000. This year alone, he's already hit six figures, unlike many of his peers, facing student debt. Student debt. Student debt. Student debt, y'all. We don't want the debt. Keep it. And, oh, that's Amazon. Probably Amazon, I think. Hold on, let me see something. Pardon me. I got a package, y'all. It's Amazon. Amazon. I gotta grab my key. I can't leave. I can't. How long? I can't. I can't. I can't do that. That's breach. I can't. Security. Somebody call security. I'm just run down the stairs. Fuck that elevator. This is a good workout too, y'all. Hitting these stairs is a good workout for the legs. That's a full body workout. Told you it's random, right? Random all right now. Get the heart rate up. So let's do that, man. Somebody here? They package me? Nah. Okay. Hold on, I'm going. Peace, peace, peace. Appreciate y'all.